ASUS have added some awesome gaming laptops to their Republic of Gamers Strix series. They're the SCAR and the Hero editions, which will have esports fans chomping at the bit to get their mitts on them. And here to tell us more about their awesomeness is Tom Jenner from ASUS. Thank you very much for coming in. We've got these fresh out of the box this morning, the SCAR and the Hero. What's the main difference between the two?
So the ROG Strix Hero Edition and Sky Edition are designed from the ground up to be great laptops for those gamers that are interested in esports titles such as Counter-Strike, League of Legends, Dota, and there's loads more that are really popular at the moment. So here we have the ROG Strix SCAR Edition, which is designed for FPS enthusiasts, or that genre. It comes with a brushed aluminium exterior panel and highlighted WASD keys. And here we have the ROG Strix Hero Edition, which is designed for fans of MOBA games like League of Legends, Dota 2, things like that. So yeah, anyone that's really passionate about those games, these are going to be fantastic choices for them.
Excellent. So you've mentioned some of the differences then, who they may appeal to. But in terms of these laptops, why are they particularly exciting for esports fans then?
So normally, if you're interested in esports titles, one of the most important things for you when building a PC or buying a gaming laptop is to get something that will drive the game at a high refresh rate with the display, and also have a GPU that can play the game at a high frame rate as well. So normally though, when you want that, especially on a gaming laptop, let's say you want a 144Hz display, you will probably also be paying for a GTX 1080 at the same time, which is going to be quite expensive. But if you're really interested in esports titles, a lot of the time the system requirements are quite low. So when we was designing these, we thought, okay, well, let's have a high refresh rate display. But if you're playing a game that doesn't have very high system requirements, let's maybe tone down the GPU a little bit, save the end users a bit of money when they're purchasing it, but they're still going to get a great experience.
Well, I would imagine that's music to many people's ears. Let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about the specifications of each of these laptops. How powerful are they?
So they're both very, very powerful. I previously mentioned that, you know, there are some components that we can sort of reduce the power of a little bit to save, you know, the cost while still getting a great display, but they're still very powerful and will, you know, be able to run some of the most popular esports titles at a really high frame rate. So they both come with up to 6-core Intel i7 core CPUs, and they also come with a GTX 1060 or GTX 1070, depending on which one, you know, you budget for, you know, when purchasing your gaming laptop. But really, in my opinion, the star of the show when it comes to these laptops is the display. When you play esports titles, having a really high refresh rate display is actually going to technically give you an advantage, because you're going to see more information more frequently within whatever given amount of time. So both these monitors are available with up to 144Hz display with a 3 millisecond gray to gray time. Now, bit confusing, but basically it means that the actual image is being produced extremely quickly on the display, which is going to give you technically an advantage. The 3 milliseconds gray to gray, normally on a laptop, even a gaming laptop, it's roughly about 30 milliseconds. So even if you don't know what it is, just take my word for it, it's a lot better than most gaming laptops out there, no matter what they claim. But yeah, 144Hz or up to 144Hz, wide view angle display, 100% sRGB, so your games look amazing on it, and like I say, ultra smooth, and the image is going to be ultra responsive to give you that edge in gameplay.
So you weren't wrong when you were saying esports fans will be impressed with these laptops. Absolutely,
yeah. Once you're actually gaming on it, you know, if someone tries to explain it to you, it's very, very hard. But when you're actually playing on it, especially if you're coming from an older system, maybe a 60Hz display or maybe a cheaper monitor or a cheaper gaming laptop, once you actually try it, you're actually going to notice a massive difference.
Yeah, you're going to see and feel the difference, aren't you? Anything else then of note for either of these laptops you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so talking about specifications, there's a few other things as well. You know, kind of standard, especially for the price you're paying for these. You're going to get a nice large SSD, so your games boot up really quickly. And they both also come with a 1TB Firecuda SSHD. So you've got lots of additional storage that is actually, you know, faster than a traditional hard drive as well. They're also fully upgradable. So if you want later on down the line, you can just pop off the back panel really easily, and you can upgrade the RAM or the storage.
Which is amazing, isn't it? It's very handy, like you say, to have that option as well, so that you can, you know, if you need to, you can extend that in the future. So let's take a look at the keyboard.
Okay, so on both these models, we have a really high-end keyboard that normally you wouldn't see on a gaming laptop. So one of the most standout features is the fact that we've actually reinforced a number of the keys to in mean withstand 20 million key presses. Okay, so it lasts you a really long time. So obviously if you're buying the SCAR that's got highlighted WASD keys for movement, you're going to be hammering them a lot over the years that you're going to have this laptop. So we've actually specifically reinforced those keys to mean that they will actually last you a ridiculously large amount of time, because you're probably pressing them a lot more than the space button or the full stop or whatnot. And with the Hero Edition as well, it's the exact same case. We've reinforced the QWER because those are going to be the primary buttons you're pressing when you're playing your games. On top of that, they're RGB, which you kind of expect these days, and they also have 30 key rollover.
Right.
So what that basically means is technically you could press 30 keys at the same time and it would all register. Okay. Some entry-level keyboards, if you press multiple keys very quickly, some maybe wouldn't be read by the operating system. With 30 key rollover though, you could technically press 30 keys at the same time. Now, obviously, even if you put your feet on the keyboard, you still couldn't press that many. You could only press 20. But it's good to know because it just means that no matter how good you get at the game, no matter how many actions per minute you're actually making, your keyboard will be able to actually accommodate it and actually, register all of your actions into the operating system without any loss of information.
It's super responsive, isn't it? Perhaps we'll have to put that to the test then. We'll get 30 of us all on here and see how it operates. But like you alluded to there, it's really well thought through. The whole design of this keyboard's really well thought through. It looks really nice. The design is sleek. You'd be happy to take that anywhere. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? Anything else you want to tell us about though before you go?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads about these laptops. It would take me a really long time to go over every single feature. If you check out on the Scan store page, just search for these on the website, you'll find a full list of all of the features. But just a few that really stand out to me on top of what we've already discussed. It's the fact that it's really thin and light. Despite packing all that power and having that really high-end display, it's a very thin and very light laptop. So if you want to play with your friends, if you want to have a local LAN match, or if you want to just sort of compete in a ranked league or something like that, you can just put it in your bag, go to your friend's house, play really easily. It also comes with a lifetime XSplit game streaming license. Yeah, I know, it's fantastic. Absolutely. So if you want to have a crack at streaming, these are powerful enough to do it. And it also comes with a free bundled license. Again, it's a lifetime license, so you can use it for as long as you want. Updated fans, 12-volt fans. So, if it's summertime, really hot, the fans are actually more powerful than a standard fan. So they can potentially run faster to help push the heat out the back of the laptop. And also there's a range of other features. But like I say, you can go onto the Scan website and find all the details there.
Excellent. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming in. Some amazing laptops there from ASUS, as we would expect. And as Thomas says, if you want to find out more about either of these, you can check out scan.co.uk.